Number 28. Predict by which modes of spontaneous radioactive decay each of the following unstable isotopes might proceed. And then we have zinc. So in this case, they gave us a zinc isotope that has a 60 as its atomic mass or the mass number, and then the 30 as the atomic number. Okay, so they already said that this zinc is going to be unstable, right? And more specifically, it's going to be radioactive. And generally speaking, radioactive material are going to want to decay in a way that they will become a more stable isotope, whatever that isotope will be. Now, there's 4 different major types of decay, whether you're undergoing beta emission, positron emission, you're capturing an electron, or you're undergoing alpha emission. We just have to figure out which one is which, right? Or what this zinc is going to be doing. Now, first things first, what I would say is always check that atomic number first. Chances are with very huge nuclei, atomic number that's greater than 83, they have to lose a lot of mass fast. And the alpha emission is going to do that the quickest because an alpha is just a helium atom. But here, the atomic number is only 30. It's the lower number out of the 2 numbers, so it's not going to undergo alpha emission. But now we talk about NP ratios, whether they're going to be a high value or whether they're going to be a low value. Now, if you actually wanted to find out a NP ratio, a neutron to proton ratio, you would have to find out the total number of neutrons, which is the N, the total number of protons, which is the P, and then a ratio is always just the division between the 2 of them. But who's got time for that? There's an easier method to do this. Now, if you have a neutron to proton ratio that's high ratios will correspond with a high mass number and the mass number that they give you. On the flip side, a low N to P ratio, you're dealing with low mass numbers. Now, if I look at the mass number that they gave us, that's the higher number of the 2. It's a 60, right? But then the question is, right, if this is the mass number, the question is, how am I going to know whether this is a low, relatively low mass number or a relatively high mass number? Well, enter in the periodic table. Now, the periodic table is going to tell you the average mass of your elements. And in this case, we're going to look for the zinc, Zn. So on my periodic table, I have a average atomic mass, and they're going to be averages, right? There's going to be 65.38. Now, this is the average of all of your individual nuclides coming together for zinc, but all you have to do is kind of round this to the nearest whole number. Now, 65.38 would roughly be close to 65. So this tells us 2 things, that the 65 generally is going to be one of the most abundant forms of zinc, right, with a mass number of 65, and that's roughly who is stable. So a zinc that has a mass number of roughly 65 is going to be the stable one. But the one that they gave us had a mass number of 60. So now we have the context where, hey, this is a relatively low mass number. And relatively low mass numbers correlate with low neutron to proton ratios. And you have either 2 answers for this one, right? Low ratios needs to be brought up. And that can be done by either undergoing positron emission, so you're just emitting a positron into the atmosphere, or you can capture an electron. So we just say electron capture. Now, the difference between the 2, they're very hard to tell whether the actual nuclide is going to emit a positron or, get an electron. This has to do with the one that has the lower activation energy, which means that it's the more stable form of being the decay mode. But in this case, we have 2 choices, and that's basically what it is. So hopefully this helped. Thank you so much for viewing the video. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Tell your friends, tell your classmates about this cool YouTube channel. We might be able to help them out. as well. We have math and physics on the channel as well. We also just opened up memberships if you want to become a member to the channel. Thank you, and I'll talk to you soon, okay? All right. Have a great day. Bye-bye.